Braniff International Airlines operated in the US from 1928 to 1982. Many have forgotten that this airline even existed. And have also forgotten that someone once hunted the woman of its cabin crew down to kill them. Let's talk about it. Jeannie Wadle was a stewardess for Braniff, an absolute dream job for the 28-year-old. She lived a high life and traveled all over the world until the 1st of November 1978. Jeannie was brutally attacked in her Dallas apartment. A man had broken in and brutally assaulted the woman. He then covered her head with a plastic bag and wrapped a phone cord around her neck to strangle her. He was only stopped by Jeannie's roommate Kimberly Pursley coming home. He also attacked Kimberly and tried to kill her too. But the young woman was smart, and she pretended to be unconscious. And it worked. The man let her go and fled the apartment. While he was running out, he was seen by 2 neighbors who immediately called the police. Unfortunately, any help for Jeannie came too late. While she was still breathing when emergency services arrived, she passed away 9 days later in the hospital. What no one knew was that Jeannie's death was just the beginning. Kimberly and the neighbors helped the police make a composite sketch, and the police very quickly made an arrest. 27-year-old Jonathan Reed. The man worked in a hotel and was already wanted for another assault. He was put into a lineup, and Kimberly and the neighbors identified him as Jeannie's killer. Reed, meanwhile, swore up and down that he was innocent, but no one believed him, and he was found guilty and sentenced to death in 1979. As it turned out, that might have been a mistake. Back then, DNA couldn't be tested, but that changed years later. And forensics compared the blood and sperm found on Jeannie to Reed, and it wasn't a match. Nonetheless, he was found guilty again in a retrial. And once more, only due to the fact that the 3 women claimed it was him they saw. What's even worse is the fact that the killings of Braniff stewardesses didn't stop when Reed was put into prison. On the 13th of August, 1979, Cheryl Bellinger, 26, was assaulted and strangulated to death in her apartment in Dallas. She was also a Braniff stewardess. This happened 1 month before Reed got his death sentence. On the 13th of February 1981, Beverly Purnell's life was ended via strangulation after she was assaulted. The 35-year-old also worked as a stewardess for Braniff, and she also died in Dallas. The last killing of a Braniff stewardess happened in Texas. On the 29th of June, 1984, Jetta Graber, 33, was assaulted and strangulated in her apartment. In 2001, Reed's sentence got changed to life in prison instead of the death penalty, but he is still in prison. The murderer of the other woman was never caught. What we know today is that the bodily fluids found on Jeannie didn't match with Reed's. Neither did the blood under her fingernails. Eyewitnesses can be very unreliable, but can 3 people really identify the wrong man? Reed is still claiming his innocence. Let me know what you think.